Really don't have to walk all that way with me. I've lost the steeple.
Hello, Upwell and Onwards here. Now, it's been a while since I've done a review video, but in all fairness, I've been quite busy really, as I shall show with, this Adams O2 tank here. Yeah, not much done to it really, not the loco itself, just packing its width. Because I got sick and tired of having to take off the couplers just so I can transport the loco. So, grabbed out a sharp pair of scissors and cut out slots for the couplers to fit in. Now, I did the same to the wee plastic base things they sit on. Just gave it a good cut. Just have to glue a bit of a plastic rib along the top there. Along the top there, and she'll be good. Now, you may also notice that I now have a white background. It's just a bit of boards lying around, I had lying around, so I thought, why not? And you're probably thinking, why is the modified hull in front of it? Because I've already done that loco before. Quite simple and easy. Because, well, this is an old model. No doubt, because of the packaging and that, it gives that away. So, a fair while ago, I got this. Now this is a proper collet hull class, not the modified hull, which was redone by Hawksworth. So, we're just going to slide her on out. But before we continue on, got to look at the info at the back. Yeah, feel free to take your time viewing this. But in all fairness, the hulls have got to be one of my favourite Great Western locos. Especially in the livery this locomotive's in. And one thing I found cool about this one, just plonk it there for a moment, is I actually looked in the back here, where you can just faintly see some numbers. It's actually 4 months younger than the modified hull. Here we have the basic paperwork, Collector's Club. Unfolding the big piece of paper, Hornby Grain Ferrish on it. Consumer guarantee. Now, this is actually one of my very few online buys, which I actually had to give a proper run in. Because it was barely run in when I got it. And here we have the exploded diagram. Quite a beauty. And there's the tender. Alright, now put the box to one side while we unpackage this loco. And I may have to move the camera a bit because it's a bit of a hard spot where it is. Okay. Moment of truth. And there we go. Ain't that beautiful? Full Great Western style. I mean, that is just beautiful without any argument. Right, now I'm just going to rail it onto the front track here to get a good look at her. So, it's tricky to get out because the tender is joined to the loco. There we go. There we go. Now just get the packaging out of the way, and we can get to work on reviewing. as soon as I move the loco back into the inner track, because I don't want to knock it over. It's such a beautiful loco. But for this purpose, I will have to take the tender off. It's a pain in the backside to put back on, but there we go. Here we have the tender. As you can see, it's got a fireman's shovel already on it, and that is real coal. That is real coal. Beautifully done. Beautifully scattered along there. And look at that lining. I mean, wow. The rivet detail on that, the lining. Brakework already fitted. Nice NEM coupler. And sprung buffers. I love that. And oh my gosh. Look at the back of that. Separately fitted lamp irons. Beautiful lining and steps. I mean, I've never seen a better locomotive than this in a long time. Not even the K3, which I love to run. Even that can't top this. It is beautiful. Alright, here we go. Loco itself, and it is very heavy. Here we have beautiful detailing along there. And if we lift it up and tilt it just slightly, you can just see the rivet detail on the front there. That is nuts. Look at that. Separately fitted lamp irons again, and handrail. Beautifully done. The lining itself is just gorgeous. I mean, wow. On the underside, brake rigging, all set. Again, NEM pocket, sprung couplers, and turn it to the front. I mean, just look at that detail. That is beautiful. I've tried, and the smoke box don't open. Bummer, but here we go. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Proper copper cap style. Dome and double whistles. And if we look inside the cab, it's not well lit, but you can still see great detail in it. I mean, driver fitted. And the cab detail is beautiful. So is the glazing. Okay, now here is what I would like to call the wart on the locomotive. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. Da-dum, da-dum. Oh no. Somehow the railing got really mangled up there. I don't know what happened. And somehow also the glazing on the fireman's side has gone bad too, but it's still alright. Still alright. Now, the reason we have such good barrel and frame room is because the motor is all the way here in the firebox. Now, I will be brutally honest with you all. When I first got it, it was a royal pain in the backside. Because the motor used to heat up a lot. And I mean, just after about 15 minutes running, it got warm. Really warm. So, after a fair bit of discussion with other modelers and that, I had to take the body off to give her a good look. And what I found was just awful. I mean, the motor shifted. You could rock it with your fingers. And it shifted when you got it under power as well. Well, I think it was capacitors or resistors. One of the two. One of them broke off a dry solder joint. So I had to re-solder it. Which was fun. And I had to shift things around a bit so that way it would fit nice and snug underneath that body shell without causing damage. It was a job and a half. But now she's properly ran in. I have no issues with it at all. Which is one more saving grace I could say about it than my K3, which for some reason has tender derailment issues. Have no idea what's the matter with that. Alright. I'm just gonna put this loco back together and we'll get it going around the layout. There we go, loco's all hooked up again. And we're ready to go. Now, for the sake of my sanity, I I put the bad handrail on the inside of the layout because I don't want to spoil the look of this loco. I mean, it is so beautiful. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but the level of detail is nuts. It's just great. Now, just going to do a couple of laps around the layout while I set up a rake of coaches for it. So, here we go. She's a little noisy, but you can't argue. Okay, that's lovely. Now, you may have noticed I had a pug running in about a few seconds ago. Now, I have a good reason why I had a pug running during this Hall's review. And that's very simple. The pug is just doing a bit of shunting for the Hall. Because what it has in tow are these Great Western Hawks with coaches, plus a little extra at the rear. Now, I actually had some issues with these coaches the other day, and which was now and then the couplers acted up, as when the tension goes like that, the couplers seem to want to drift apart. So, to try and counteract that, what I did was very simple. I just took off the tension lock there. Just took that tension lock off one end and replaced it with a KD. Very simple and easy. Now, that does mean I have to run in set rakes of sort. That's if the couplers actually behave when they try and link up. There we go. For once, things are working when the camera's going. Great. Now, just going to get this Hall in front of the carriages and we'll set off. Now, I've actually had this Hall double head with its younger counterpart, and they actually haul a very sizable train. A heavy 9 coaches, I must say. Now, that is impressive, and it's actually literally the same train I run that's in the opening shot. This and the other one double heading a 10 coach train. And I think I did that because it does look really cool. It really does. 2 Hall locomotives running along at speed. Pretty much doing what they were designed to do, which was haul traffic of any sort, since these are mixed traffic locos. Up the Western Territory, which pretty much was hilly turf. Let's be honest. The Western region had its fair share of hills. And to pretty much say good on you to Sketty Hall, which is this loco's name, we have Mere Hall over there in the corner, just sitting. Passing off halls, I believe. That's got to be the worst pun I've ever said. But oh well. Well, I think that is a very successful run for both the locomotive and my coupling switchover. I thank you all very much for taking time to watch this video. Please like and subscribe and comment below anything you feel is of good nature. Thanks very much. This is Upwell and Onward saying good night.